Are you feeling like taking a walk this morning? What about on a wing, thousands of feet in the air?
Brian Loftus is live at Chandler Airport with someone who knows what that feels like. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Kim and Kobe. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, we're going to go to wing walking in just a second. But first of all, I want to introduce Spencer. Good morning, Spencer.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Talk a little bit about how you almost need a mechanical mind to do what you do as an air show pilot.
You want to think about this. Plane's obviously a very mechanical thing, and all these maneuvers I do during an air show have a very scientific and art element to it. I'd say it's as much science as art. The art is the showmanship. The science is the fact of the physics of how these maneuvers work. And these maneuvers involve things like physics and gyroscopics and pressures and pushes and forces and things that you want to know how they work to make the plane do all these cool things in the sky.
What I find fascinating is you learn a lot of these aerobatic acts like barrel rolls and stunts by actually kind of preparing for situations that would be challenging for a pilot up in the air. How so?
That's right. A lot of pilots, just like me, get started doing aerobatics because they're regular pilots flying a Cessna around, and they want to learn what happens if my plane ever goes upside down from wake turbulence or bad weather or a passing jet. And you take these courses that teach you, called emergency maneuver training, teach you how to deal with those situations. And if you're like me, you do that, and you go, hey, this aerobatic stuff is kind of fun.
Let me stay with this.
And then you keep doing it.
Easy look difficult, difficult look easy, don't attempt the impossible. One of your mantras. Is that something that every pilot kind of adopts?
I think every airshow pilot does, right? When we go up there, it may look random and out of control and like, what should I do next? But really, it's well rehearsed. We practice and practice and practice, in most cases for years, so that when we go up there, we know exactly what's going to do. If the airplane does what we expect it to do, we're in control at all times, even though it looks like we're not.
What kind of plane is this?
This is a Pitts S2B. It's called the Meteor Pitts, and that's because it looks like a meteor shooting through the sky when I fly it.
We're all used to looking up at you guys. What's it like to look down at us?
You guys look small.
You are unbelievable. We're going to be having a lot more today. There's going to be some demos of these pilots and their planes heading up. Now let's take a look at Margie. She is a part of Silver Wings, and as you see her right now, she is a wing walker. And you can see her at K-Jule's 7th annual air show tomorrow here at Chandler Airport. Now what you're watching her do on the ground is what she will be doing up in the air tomorrow, and maybe even a little demo this morning. I have to ask you, Margie, what kind of safety harnesses do you have so you can move so freely about the plane when you're up there?
Well, actually, less is more. So as little as I have on is the better I like it. I actually prepare for things out of control, like if I get hit by a bird. So it's primarily a very loose line that I really don't have to think about, and the only time I have to think about is get it out of my way.
Have you ever been hit by a bird?
They don't want to hit me. They move pretty darn fast, and I try and get them out of the way too, but that you have to just kind of prepare for that.
When people watching and myself think about walking on the wing of a plane, we all probably think about the guttural reactions and emotions and things we'd be feeling. Do you feel that? Do you feel fear? Do you feel apprehension? Do you get used to this?
Oh no, you never get used to it. There's always anxiety going on ahead of every flight because your mind is kind of troubleshooting anything that can go wrong, especially if there's any kind of weather and you're dealing with something that's going to be challenging, and you know it because you've been in that experience before. But days like today, it's a gift, and you just can't wait to get up in the air. Actually, during the routine itself, I'm pretty focused. It's hard charging routine. I'm at a different location on the plane every time we come by the crowd. It's physically demanding, and I'm performing, handstands and back layouts and all kinds of things all over the plane. So, you can't relax. You can't enjoy it. There's no time for fear. You're in, as they put it, the zone, and I'm home there.
It's truly a talent. Let's see a little bit more as we send it back into the studio. And Kim Kope, remember, this is the stuff that she would be doing up in the air. She says less is more. I don't know if I'd agree on top of a plane, but Silver Wings are absolutely incredible. And again, this is free. What is free these days? Not a lot. With gas prices, everyone's hurting. This event is completely free. I'm going to send it back to you guys from Chandler Airport into the studio.
Thank you, Maverick. We appreciate it.
Courageous.
Some people would call walking on the wing of a moving plane absolutely crazy. Others call it fun.
And Brian Loftus is live at Chandler Airport with a look at one of the highlights of tomorrow's air show. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Kim and Kope. If we're talking about double barrel rolls, if we're talking about walking on a plane, I think we got to address safety. What do you got me in here, Spencer? I'm ready to parachute, but I'm on the ground.
We hope you're not going to be parachuting, and I hope to not be parachuting. But just in case something bad happens, we all wear parachutes in our airplanes. Again, just in case, and the intention is to never use it, but we call it the nylon letdown.
It's heavier than I expected.
It's a little heavier, but once you're sitting in the airplane, you don't even notice it's on. It's actually becomes your cushion, keeps your back nice and comfy and sweaty. It's great.
You guys look out for each other up there. There's a camaraderie among the pilots. Talk about that.
We all look out for each other very much so. We care about each other. You know, we're all co-workers, so to speak, and we don't want anything bad happening to our co-workers. We want to see everybody, you know, next Monday morning getting coffee.
And there's a nice balance because you want the crowd to go, whoa, that was incredible, but you have to balance it with the safety aspect. You don't want to put yourself or anyone else at risk. And so is the mind constantly working from both angles?
You're thinking about everything all the time. And again, you know, as we talked about before, nothing I do up there is random. It's all very well rehearsed. And if something is getting out of the plan, then you got to stop what you're doing, reevaluate, and make sure we get back on plan, because that's not safe for us. It's not safe for the spectators or our fellow pilots.
What part of flying up there during an air show is when you say, I am having the absolute most fun right now? What are you doing? What part of it?
I don't know if it's my inverted flat spin or the double hammerhead, or maybe it's my torque roll where I go straight up, keep the plane rolling, and then come backwards with it still rolling. That's one of my favorite, because when do you ever see an airplane back up?
And you learn, I've never have, and you learn to do this really because you're trying to risk avoidance, really, is when you start and learning to handle these situations that come up, the trials and tribulations of flying, and then you get good at these maneuvers.
Right, absolutely. You're right. You learn to do this because you want to be a better pilot, and then you realize this is a lot of fun. And being able to fly like this is a way that very few pilots ever learn how to fly, and you feel like you can do anything. And as long as you approach it with safety, you can do anything in the plane and have a lot of fun. And that's what it's all about.
I'm going to head over there. I'm not going to parachute away, am I?
No, I hope not. Okay. See you later.
All right, good seeing you. He said it's everything all the time when you're a pilot. Sounds like an Eagles song to me. Hello, Margie. You got a little background noise. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
You're at home base. This is where you are when you're up there. This is kind of the maneuvers. What do you do? I mean, how would you describe your performance when you're up there?
Well, basically, I work all over the plane, on the lower wings into the middle top section, and essentially I'm trying to go by the crowd at a different spot at the plane and perform a different maneuver, a handstand or a back layout or the splits, something different and something challenging.
How do you use wind for your advantage?
That's a really good question. It basically, here, I'll push against me. Push against me.
Pushing against you right now.
I'm the wind. So you actually look at it as an invisible dance partner that you're working constantly with. So, you know, that's part of being up there, is having experience in the environment, knowing what you can do physically, having the experience of knowing what the wind is going to throw at you, if it's turbulent or not, and working with that invisible partner.
All right, we got to send it back. Almost like it stabilizes and solidifies you and cracks up people in the control room. I'm wearing a parachute, and I'm talking about walking on a plane. This is a very interesting live shot, at least for me. Kim Copey, I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
It's a studly look. Thank you, Brian. This weekend's air show is giving one Valley woman a chance to experience the thrill of flying for the first time.
Brian Loftus is live at Chandler Airport with a look at why one woman is getting a special treat tomorrow. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Kim Copey. Good morning, everyone. It's actually going to be today, her special treat. It's her birthday, and she'll be flying up. And also, if it's sports in the Central Valley, it's on great day. Got Parker in the studio, got Freddie here. He's going to be flying for the first time. And as long as he stays away from that propeller, he's good to go. Jen, your husband Chuck, of course we know Chuck from Vino 100, he said, you know what, it's her birthday, I'm going to give her a little surprise birthday gift. You'll be flying up shortly, within about an hour. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. A little nervous, but pretty good.
You're standing next to your pilot, and Spencer, when you take her up, what advice are you going to give her? What can you tell her?
Don't barf.
Don't barf. That's it. Did you notice in the front of the plane what it says?
Yeah, it says vomiting is prohibited. That makes me feel so much better.
Okay, so he's telling you and you're reading it. So it's got to be exciting for you. When Chuck brought up this idea, were you gung-ho right away?
I was. I like heights, I like flying, so I'm really excited about it.
We're going to document it live on Great Day in the 9 o'clock hour. We'll see it. Stay with us. Back to you guys for now.
Thank you, Brian. One woman is getting ready for her first flight ever.
Why, thank you. You know, Brian Loftus is live at Chandler Airport as one woman gets ready to head down the runway.
Good morning, Brian.
Thank you, Paul. I'm honored. Good morning to you, Kim and Kopi, and everyone. Yes, here we are live at Chandler Airport. Tomorrow is the big air show, but for Jen, it is today. How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. A little scared now that I'm in the plane, but good.
We appreciate your honesty. When you guys are in here, Spencer, can you communicate? Can you talk to each other?
Absolutely. We'll be talking on our headsets, which we'll put on right before we take off, and I hope not to hear too much of that four-letter poetry.
Okay, maybe spoken word poetry, but you do have a hot mic, so talking, sometimes calming people down the whole time.
Absolutely. Asking them if they're okay between maneuvers. I don't want to do 7 maneuvers and then say how you doing when they lost it on number 4.
Make sure they're still alert. What is some of these prep work you're doing here when these are moving? What exactly is happening here?
You know, I don't know, but it sure looks cool when it does that, doesn't it?
Okay, that is not exactly making you feel good, is it?
That makes me feel real confident.
And same thing with the back.
Right. That's how I control the airplane. In reality, when I want to roll or do any kind of maneuver, I'm moving some of these flight controls around to make the airplane do it.
Aerial stunts, double barrel rolls, you can see it all for free at Chandler Airport tomorrow, and you're getting ready to experience it. Last words, because we're gonna watch you go.
Bye, Mom and Dad. Love you. Thanks, hon.
All right, and it is a happy birthday gift from her husband, Chuck. We're going to kind of peel out of the way here and head over to Chuck. Chuck, let me ask you really quickly, how did you think of this as a birthday gift idea?
You know, Jen's always wanted to go up in the air, and we figured, hey, the guys out here said that we could do it, and I said, great, let's do it.
Great birthday idea. And Jackie, you are the crew chief. Tell me, Jackie, what exactly are they doing right now as they begin to turn?
Okay, he's pivoting right now on that tail wheel, getting a nice tight turn. He's going to be going, and he's going to be doing S-turns. S-turns are in planes like this where you can't see over the nose. He cannot see, he doesn't see anything straight forward. So he'll be doing some S-turns back and forth, and you'll see him do that.
So he's not swerving aimlessly. There's a point to that.
No, it kind of looks like he's drunk, and sometimes he is, but this time he's not.
Jen is really hoping, and I think Chuck is too, that the pilot is not drunk.
Oh, he wasn't in my store last night.
Okay, so. Good. Jackie, as we watch him swerving back and forth, is he most likely communicating, we'll have you turn around, communicating with his co-pilot?
Yes, he can, because he likes to point out things and tell them what they're doing, especially if they're in the airplane for the first time. With me, I just sit back and go to sleep.
And they really have to taxi a long way down there. Why so?
A long way because we're going to start at the very end of the runway, and so he has a full runway to take off. So he has plenty of room to take off.
All right, there he goes. Kim, Kopi, Paul, it's her first flight, and, well, she's going to have a really exciting hour in front of her, and her husband's going to be filming the whole thing as KMPH and Great Day are documenting live as well.
All the airlines are changing.
I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks,
Brian.
you.
You should enjoy that ride, because I was just saying that all the airlines they're charging you now. For example, if you want to take your hair with you, it's extra now.